Hi, welcome back to Hannity. It is being called possibly the biggest celebrity photo hacking scandal in Hollywood history. Now, Tinseltown A-listers include Kate Upton and Jennifer Lawrence, and their private photos, some which allegedly show them posing nude, released to the entire world this past weekend. They're not the only ones. The FBI is now involved in investigating the incident, and Apple today acknowledged that some celebrity accounts were in fact hacked. Here with reaction, the author of What Women... All right, this is the greatest question of the century. What they really want is with us. And also with us, we have radio talk show host Dr.Gina. That's her book. The co-host of The Five, Kimberly Guilfoyle, and television personality. We just had a baby boy.
Yes.
Our good friend Leeann Tweeden is with us.
Finally back in studio.
Boys love their mamas, that's for sure.
So what do women really want?
So what women
really want.
What women really want is exactly what you're talking about today. We have so sexualized this society now, right. Sean. It's not, you know, this so-called feminist movement of the 1970s, the old feminist movement, if you will, wasn't really about feminism at all. It was about the sexualization of women. That's basically what they've accomplished, and Hollywood has been their backup.
All right, but here's the reality, okay? Say what you will, and I can say this because Kim and I are friends. People ask me about Kim all the time. Is she single?
About Kim, and I just met her.
No, seriously.
My girlfriend in the hall was like, I have to have a picture with her.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that does not happen to male anchors. It only but seriously, I was out at the convention with you last time. It's like, oh, hi, Hannity. Can I have a picture with Kimberly? You know?
Move you out of the way.
And then it turns out you take good shots.
Yeah, I'm like a paid photographer for KG. It's amazing. But is that a bad thing?
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
Why?
If they're thinking about it from the neck down, it's just not what women want. It's not what...
No, they love her as a personality and as and looks mad. Don't you have to be attracted to somebody?
Package her up a little differently, and do they still love her as much? That's my question. And it's not their fault, and it's okay that they love her because she's beautiful. I get that. That's fine. But the problem is when you have things like the recent episode with Beyonce, with the word feminist across the back of her, while she's so scantily clad, we can't really expect for people to respect women.
I'm going right to you.
I mean, all of these girls are beautiful, right?
Right.
And if you have something in between your ears, like a brain, I think it's okay to also be beautiful. I'm not going to apologize for dressing up and wearing eyelashes and getting hair and makeup done when I come on Hannity because I want to look nice as well. I'm not that typical feminist where, you know, Beyonce's got fishnet stockings and wearing a thong on stage and claiming to be a feminist. It is a different world. Like with this hacking scandal, I think it's atrocious. I mean, people...
I feel horrible for these girls.
Yes, of course,
I think it's
because
horrible.
they were private photos. I don't care whether they were taking selfies of themselves.
Doesn't matter.
That was their own private photos on their phone.
It's horrible, and we need the penalty for somebody that hacks and releases to be 20 years in jail, so then nobody will do it.
But this will be forever.
Well, yeah, but the FBI is investigating it. That's where the law will step in, because obviously there's a real need here to penalize this kind of criminal conduct. You have an expectation and a right to privacy. So if they took these photos of themselves for whatever purpose, that's their right, that's their business. No, it really isn't. I mean, honest to God, I personally don't have any photos like that and won't take any photos like that
because something like that
you just never know. Someone could Photoshop a head on top.
You just totally broke people's hearts.
My thing is just, you know, look in the mirror, show your friend in person. It's a lot safer.
I can promise you any pictures, there are pictures like that of me.
There are?
When I was 1.
Right, exactly.
But that's it.
You scared me for a second.
I did that.
I have those little photos of my son, and I said, hey, these are going to be your wedding photos. I'm going to embarrass you when you get old enough to get married.
No, that's okay if it's at 1. What do you think about this? I think this is devastating for these women. It's unfair, and I want the people that did it to get a lot of time in jail.
Punish them. I hope they get a lot of time in jail, too. And there's, you know, my whole background's in psychology. There's a huge psychological component here for the young girls that are watching all of this unfold. Don't think for a moment that your sons aren't someday going to have pretty quick access to these kinds of pictures that have become so exciting to people that they're going to pay mass amounts of money for them, and that's where all this temptation comes in. And I would submit to you, Sean, thank you to the 1970s old feminists. They have done this to our culture, and it had never had anything to do about dignity.
Do you agree with that?
You know, I mean, I have no problem with a woman dressing up, feeling good about herself. I don't feel like I have to, you know, dumb it down in terms of a physical way. I can do whatever I like. I mean, my teachers loved me because I have 4.0, graduated with honors, and had perfect attendance.
Amen.
The rest is
So you
just,
basically-
it is what it is, and it can change
I like dressing
today,
up,
this
Sean.
week, next week, or 50
I'm
years
not going to
from now, same person.
apologize
You
for
shouldn't.
wearing heels and wearing makeup. I have
No.
something to say, and I'm
If
smart enough
I
to
did,
back
I
it
would
up.
apologize for that. But
Well,
that's not going to
You
happen.
shouldn't have to apologize.
Right.
That's the whole
I
point.
don't.
And they shouldn't be worried about, what exactly you look like that day and focus on that. They should be listening to what you think. And I think that if they would focus on things like freedom and things like culture and things like true choice,
All right.
then we would be in such
Guys,
a much better place with the
We got a
women.
break. Good to see you all.
to
Congrats
see
on the
you,
baby.
Sean.
Thank you, KG. And thank you. Good
Yeah,
to see you,
thank
Doctor.
you.
Congrats on the book.